it going, everybody? Loveland Diecast Showcase time today. Yes, I told you we were going to crack these open. These Truckin transporters, super rigs, etc., that we got from our friend over there at Chasing Diecast Cars. So we're going to go ahead and get into these. These, of course, came from Europe, so they are in multi-languages, although that doesn't really matter to us. But I think it's kind of cool. It even has, I think it's Russian, which is kind of interesting. We're going to go through these in order. So this is the oldest one, 2007 is the date on this one right here. Truckin transporters, it says. This one being some weird, model version. That one actually came out pretty nice, which is nice. Sometimes they don't come out that easy. So we'll get this cracked out here. So it comes with this helicopter, which is like a weird bug-looking futuristic helicopter thing. I really dislike this casting a lot. It's terrible. It just doesn't look very good. Not really sure why Hotwheels decided to make something that looks so atrocious. It says track surveillance on the side. And then, of course, this is the truck right here. We'll pop open the... Oh, there we go. Get that off of there. So it comes with a satellite dish right here. This actually does fold away. So if you don't want the satellite dish up there, you can fold it away. Also rotates. So does its 360 thing. That's what you want to do. This particular one opens up into a helipad. So you just pop it on the one side. And then the other side, there we go, pops down just like that. There is your big H for your helipad. There's a sticker inside. There's the details for the sticker. Of course, shows the helicopter and stuff, which is probably supposed to be more like a drone, potentially. The trailer is all plastic. There's no metal on it at all, except for, of course, the axles. But it is completely plastic, which is not that big a deal. But you do just land your helicopter on there. There's plenty of space in there for the blade to rotate around and stuff like that. It looks okay. There's no landing gear on the trailer though, so if it's not connected to the truck, it will just fall to the ground like you'd expect. There is the truck. This is a very interesting cab. These are giant. I mean, these trucks are huge scale wise. They are also completely fantasy. Very interesting right there. Has like some headlight details on this side, but this side it's smooth. Very interesting look to that. It's pretty heavy. The piece of metal you see here on the front, just the front of the cab, is actually relatively heavy. The rest of the model is, of course, just plastic. Proprietary wheels on here. These are not wheels that they use in the mainline or nothing like that. But it looks good. It looks good. Fits the part for this particular model. The helicopter itself, if you want to close it up in there, the helicopter does fit inside the model right there. So you just snap that all into there. And then just pop this right on the back. Put your thing down, and then of course your truck is good to go. It is open in the back too as well. So, and yes, these are not going to fit on the screen. We're just gonna make do. We're gonna make do with it. All right, next one up. This one is also from 2007. This one looks a little bit better. This one's already partially coming out of there, which is nice. Makes it easy peasy. This one is not a play set per se like the previous one. This one is just a pretty straightforward. Has this like F1 kind of style looking car. I highly doubt it has the Nitro Scorcher. I was gonna say I doubt it has the name on the bottom, but it does. Again, pretty bland. It's more than likely exclusive to the set though. That's usually what happens. There is a picture of it on the side. It says Nitro Scorcher. That is a sticker. Those are all stickers as well, just in case you guys were curious. This one uses a triple axle, and this is a different cab than the one that we've looked at previously. This one has a weird kind of nose piece in there. Now, I think they used this same one for that Target version they did. The Target got their own super rig. I think this is the casting that they used. I could be wrong, but I think this might be it, or maybe a modified version of this. This one's ridiculous because it has just insane amount of engine details to it. Just the blue part up here is metal. Everything else, of course, is plastic. Same with the trailer. It is completely plastic. This particular trailer is kind of interesting, even though it's not like a play set per se. It does roll out, so you can get the model in there. So, and it only holds one, so that's as far in as you can push it. And then you just push it in there and snap it in there. It actually only goes like right there. But it's okay. That way you don't get it stuck in there. It's very interesting, and of course that it doesn't touch the ground. Even if you wanted it to touch the ground, there's just no way to make that work. But it looks good nonetheless. So unfortunately, again, all plastic, but get it on there. There is that particular Truckin transporter. So maybe stack these. We'll see if they will allow us to stack them. It just rolls too good. It rolls way too good. All right, next one up right here. This one is from, let's see here. Where is the expiration date? Or not the expiration date. There it is. 2010. 2010. Sorry about that. So we'll take a look at this one right here from 2010, where they changed the packaging clearly, make it a little bit more like a traditional blister where you pull the model out. There we go. This comes with this like fake R35 looking thing. So it does look like an R35, but it's clearly not an R35. It even has the circle tail lights in the back, which is just weird. It's called Symbolic. It's got a logo right there. Maybe that used to be their track logo, maybe. Not exactly sure, but it's a generic casting, nothing particularly fancy with it. It does match the truck, though, which is pretty nice. This particular one doesn't do anything. It is completely fixed. So the trailer still comes off. Oh, this is not the version I thought it was. Look how cheap this is. Holy cow. So there is a version of this casting where this opens up and there's some metal to this. This is the cheapest. This is the cheapest super rig I've ever seen. Look at that. It's all hollow underneath. This is literally the cheapest ever. I didn't even think they made them this cheap. Even those old school ones were not this cheap. This is terrible. Holy cow. This is by far the cheapest one I've ever seen. Look at that. It's just one piece of plastic. That is unreal. Now this version of the casting, there's a part that, you know, at least this folds down and stuff like that, but this, man, this is terrible. This is really bad. That's definitely going to be my least favorite one of them all. I do like the color. At least you can remove the trailer, but holy cow, that is just horrifically cheap. As a matter of fact, I'm not even going to put that on the screen. That's disappointing. That's really disappointing. All right, next one up right here. This one is from 2011. 2011, so we've covered 4 years of super rig time. So we'll get this one cracked. This one uses the same packaging as the last one. So we can get this out of here. Man, sometimes they just don't want to come out. Here we go. Get this out of here. Now this one uses proprietary wheels too for the truck, but I think this one will be okay. It says 51 on the side because it's alien. It's supposed to be, you know, Area 51, I'm sure. It's very interesting. This is metal. This winged piece on the top is metal. That looks like a hazard. You could get hurt. Like if you were a kid and you throw that at somebody, it could actually hurt somebody. The rest of the model is plastic. The base is metal, but that's a very weird piece to make metal. It's very odd. I'm surprised they didn't make that plastic. This is a terrible casting. I've never seen this casting in my life. It's called Octanium. It's a terrible casting, and hopefully I'll never see that casting ever again. All right, moving on to this next one right here. This one is also just a solid piece of plastic, but it actually has a couple moving features, which is nice. It's got a ramp that comes down, which is an off color, which is very interesting. And then, of course, it opens up, so you can put the model in here. You have captured your UFO squad or whatnot, and, of course, the ramp to get it up there. The trailer's not bad. I like the proprietary wheels. They're just solid pieces of plastic, but they look okay. Look okay. A little bit of details in there for a winch and stuff. A couple stickers on the side. This particular casting is really cool. This thing is giant, slammed to the ground, cab over, just absolutely awesome. Ridiculous fuel tanks. You know, it's got this crazy stance to it. Smaller wheels in the front, bigger ones in the back. This is just cool. This is just cool freestyle. Extra little prints on the top, the ridiculous large smokestacks on it. I like it. I don't like the blue window, which is also for the headlights. I don't like that blue offset color, but it looks kind of cool. It's kind of cool. I do like this casting. And see, this casting's cheap too, but this casting has a lot of good details to it that makes it look not as cheap. So I can tell you right now, this is the cheapest era of super rigs that we've ever known. Was 2011, looks like. That is a terrible era. All right, next one up right here. This one is also from 2011, so this one's going to be just as crappy as the last two. which is super disappointing. So we'll get this popped out. There we go. So here. This one looks to come with the Boulevard Bruiser, I think is maybe what that casting's called. This model right here, riveted. It's kind of cool. I don't know if I've ever seen that one either. It's kind of like a Mustang, sort of. I like the wheels. Those are not standard mainline wheels. Those are actually pretty cool wheels. I wonder if Hot Wheels ever really used those wheels for anything else. So those are not PR5s for sure. That's actually a really good looking wheel. It's very interesting. I don't know if I've ever seen that particular wheel on anything. It looks good. It's a good looking wheel. So anyways, we'll get into this model again. Ultra cheap, ultra crappy. Look at that. They don't even have bases on them, which is absurd. No ramp or nothing like that. I kind of like the weird steely semi tires on it though. Looks kind of cool with the pretty much no tire or the low profile tire. The model does fit in the little notches, but only 2 wheels at a time, either the front wheels or the back wheels. Can't have them both in there. And then the truck right here, despite this being cheap and generic and all that good stuff like that, it's got some charm to it. Not very much charm to it, but it does have some charm to it. Despite the fact that there's no base, which makes it ridiculously cheap, they did paint the Excite exhaust on there, which is pretty nice. You can see it's part of the base, but they put some silver print on it. And the cab looks okay. It's actually relatively heavy. It's actually a pretty decent chunk of metal covering the cab. So it's okay. It's okay. This is not particularly fancy. I didn't think super rigs were this cheap, or truck and transporters, whatever you want to call them back then. I didn't realize those were that cheap. I mean, that's like a whole nother level of cheap. I don't even want to put that one on the screen either. All right, let's get out of this cheap era. We're going to move on to 2012, so the very next year afterwards. This is probably the coolest one in the whole haul. This is when they were doing that Team Hot Wheels at Target, and they made a ton of stuff, and I never knew that they did a rig to go along with that stuff. So I'm really stoked about this one. So get this out of there. There we go. But we'll take a look at the truck. There is the deets. Of course, that is a sticker. Sticker was not placed on there all that well in the factory. Doesn't surprise me. This one just has a big ramp in the back, and of course the whole inside is opened up. It is all plastic, as you'd expect. They did come out with this newer wheel. The wheel looks okay. I do like the sticker on the side, though. The sticker looks pretty good. And then, of course, this is the cab. It's still cheap. There's still no base on it, but it's relatively heavy. The cab part is pretty big, and there is a ton of print on this. A ton of print. I mean, look at all this good print. Looks really good. Even has Hot Wheels embossed down there in the casting. All those bits and pieces in there: silver, black, blue, white, and that's a really nice, like, pearlescent white. Looks really good. A couple of smokestacks off the back. So despite this being cheap, I mean really cheap, cheaper than anything I think Hot Wheels would ever make. I never thought Hot Wheels would be that cheap. This one is actually relatively nice. It's not a home run. The deco and the fact that it's Team Hot Wheels makes it cool, but I'm still disappointed in that one for sure. This is the model that it comes with. This is your Torque Twister. So there is the Torque Twister. Uses the white wheels on there. Deets on the side look good. Painted over matte black. That looks good. Looks good. So looks like was that something vehicle? Testing vehicle. Man, I thought the whole Team Hot Wheels thing and the factory thing, I thought that was cool. I thought that was a cool era of Hot Wheels. So I don't think we'll ever get to that era again, but that was a cool era back then. All right, next one up. Moving into the modern day. Let's see where the date is on this particular one. 2013. So what a difference a year makes. So 2012 into 2013. Or I'm sorry, 2011 into 2012. So get this out of here. This is the first iteration, I guess, of the modern Super Rigs. There is the casting that this particular one comes with. It is the 24 hours. So glad I got that right. It's all right. Actually, this casting's not that great. I don't really like this casting. I like this wheel though. The wheel is super cool. Digging the wheel for sure. Deets look pretty good. There is the truck right here. Get this. There we go. Oof. All right, so now we move into modern day. So this is basically the modern version of that, the shrunk down version. You see they are exactly the same casting with the little nose piece in there, but shrunk down just a little bit, not a ton, but enough. And then they did put a base on there, which is really nice. Called it the Rig Dog, gave it a name. This uses regular 5 spokes, although these ones in the back at this time weren't really used in the main line. They are used all the time now. So these are now mainline wheels, but that looks okay. So modern take on super rigs now. We're finally up to speed. There is the trailer. This is the same trailer as I think this one right here. Just a little bit shrunk down, a little bit more streamlined for the new version. Of course, it still doesn't have any metal to it at all, and it says Rig Dog on the base as well to match up with the truck. It looks okay. So we'll put the model in the back of that one. There we go. Ooh, look at that. Falls right off. There we go. Good old Mattel quality. We always love Mattel quality, don't we? So we'll throw that guy up there. And then the last super rig I have is this one right here, which is 100% into the modern day. This particular one is 2016. 2016. So this is what we've been getting for now nearly 10 years of super rig and truck and transporter era. We have modernized into the what we get now. This one is the Nitro Door Slammer. I think I called this the Hammer Sled, which is a motorcycle. So I do apologize for calling this a Hammer Sled. But the Nitro Door Slammer. This was a super once. Yes, it was a super treasure hunt once. Not a very good casting. Not a very good casting, and it's very, very long. Very, very interesting, very proprietary. There we go. Let's get that out of here. So you can see how the trucks have really elongated, really gotten super, super cool. Ridiculous chrome base on this one. Uses the PR5s. I think that one uses the 5 spokes. Hopefully I didn't call something a PR5. So there's the PR5s, the bigger versions of the PR5s. The interior is red, so it has a red grille. I think the prints on the side look really good. I like the engine detail on the back. A couple of stacks. Assuming that would be maybe an air intake, which is enormous. So this thing must be hauling some serious horsepower. But that looks good. Looks good. I like the freestyle take on a relatively realistic-ish looking truck. You know, something that doesn't look too outlandish. And then this is the trailer right here. So this has come into several pieces. So they are working on making these trailers better at this time. So instead of it being just one blob of plastic, you do have a separate piece for the wheels. The white and the black are 2 separate pieces of plastic. You still can't move the little ramp down, unfortunately. The Nitro Door Slammer does not fit in here at all. You cannot put it in the little wheels that are set there. It is too long either direction. So again, Hotwheels, product planners not really looking at the bigger picture, figuring out if that's going to fit or not. Now, if you have made it to the end of this video, I have a bonus for you guys. I have a bonus because I just picked this up today, and I'm going to throw it in this video because we do. All right, so if you stuck through all those crappy transporters, which I personally like, but if you don't, I think you guys might like this one. This is the latest Legends Tour hauler from Hot Wheels. I did pick this up. These are arriving at Walmart stores in shippers. There's some diorama stuff in there. There's tumblers and air fresheners, old school rally cases. There's some premium stuff in there, some silver premiums, and some main lines. So we'll go ahead and get this cracked open to bring us 100% on Hot Wheels Team Transport once again. This is the Rally Hauler. We've seen the Rally Hauler a bunch of times, nothing particularly fancy. Hot Wheels Legends Tour. There's always yellow and some other color for all the Legends Tours. I think this is the 4th or 5th Legends Tour. I think this is the 5th one they've done. So we're up to 5, I think. I think we're up to 5. So, and then we'll get this out of here. Just the prototypical trailer with the white wheels on there. Pretty standard. A little bit of print for the fire extinguisher. This trailer is exactly the same every time we get it. It's only been white or black. That's it. That's all we ever get it in. Never changed or anything like that. Fits right on the back of the Rally Hauler. Looks very, very good. So we'll set that right there with the Rally Hauler. And then, of course, it comes with the good old E46 Really, really stoked about this. Love to add another E46 to the mix. Put a E46 on there any day. So very, very cool mix. 25 on the side for 2025 Legends Tour. Details on the front looks pretty good. BMW logo. Deco looks good. Deco looks good. I don't think it's really that much. The Legends Tour is very, very small. So, like, you can totally get away with this E46 being in your display case, no problem. I think that that's perfectly fine, and I think that Hot Wheels it did that intentionally, at least in my opinion. So, we'll see if we can get that to stay right there. So, there you go. That is the latest haul of Truckin' Transporters, Super Rigs, and a little bonus for you guys at the end if you stuck around just to see that little morsel right there at the end, little dessert. So, anyways, we're gonna roll out. Let me know what you guys think about those. Let me know what you think about those ridiculously cheap ones. Can't believe that. Can't believe how cheap those are. I'm so disappointed. But anyways, drop a comment. We'll catch you next time on LMD. Peace.